Hey family, it is African Osarenko back at you. I missed you guys very much. I hope you missed me. I was spending time with family, but now I am back. So, family, I'm coming to you today to talk about how white supremacy is at odds with one another right now. On both sides, they are angry at one another. They are trying to take each other out. They are doing all kinds of things that typically they have done to us for over 400 years. However, now they're turning on themselves. And let me tell you something. The Bible talks about this. The Bible talks about how they are going to go against one another, how they are going to be fighting it out, and they're doing it. And family, what we have to do as Black Americans is stay out of it. Stay out of it and mind our business because we don't have nothing to do with their feuds. We really don't. So let me read a snippet about it, family, and we can get into it. So it says attack in Boulder, Colorado burns 8 people at March for Israel. Israeli hostages, officials say suspect charge. Now come to find out, family, I just saw today a an article that the man was he was an illegal migrant. Yes, he was. That's what he was. He was an illegal migrant here illegally. Now he looked to be Caucasian, so I'm not sure where he was from, but yes, family, that's what he was here. He was here illegally, and so as they march out all of these black immigrants and brown immigrants, but they allow these other immigrants to remain in the country. So let's get back to it. It says a suspect in custody after what the FBI is calling a targeted act of violence during a peaceful march in support of Israeli hostages at the outdoor Pearl Street Mall in Boulder, Colorado on Sunday. Witnesses said the suspect used a makeshift flamethrower and threw Molotov cocktails that burned multiple victims, police said, and the FBI said. Police and the FBI said. Boulder police say 8 people were injured, and the suspect was identified as 45-year-old Mohammed Sabri Saliman, the FBI said. Solomon was allegedly heard yelling "Free Palestine" during the attack, according to Michaelik, he's the investigator, who said it was clear this is a targeted act of violence. Now, let me say this, family, even though this was a targeted act of violence, and it was a very violent one, he was also taken into custody and not harmed. Not one hair on his body was harmed, as it would have been a different outcome if it was a black man. Okay, we know this. Had it been a black man, woman, or child, and I mean child, there would have been a different outcome for this suspect. Solomon has been charged with multiple felony counts and a federal hate crimes charge. Oh, they're charging him with a federal hate crime charge because what he has done against the non-real Jews. But uh, but when black people are attacked every day, I am seeing it's too many cases to even fathom, to even believe, to even report on. And in fact, many of them are not being reported on. But there are so many cases of Black people being attacked, especially by Caucasian people or even unalived, and they're not giving them hate crime charges. They may charge them like the man in, I think it's in Milwaukee, who killed the young lady. I think her name was Sadie. I can't remember her last name, but who unalived her and chopped her up, her body up, and put it in multiple places. They didn't even charge him with a hate crime, and now they're saying that there's only circumstantial evidence to that they're trying to convict him, so they want to try to reduce the charges. Family, when have a black man did anything, whether it was jaywalking, I don't care what it was, that they wanted to reduce the charges, but especially for murder. And they're saying because only the prosecutor only had circumstantial, or the police only had circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence is usually enough to convict. In most cases, in all the cases in black cases, they've used less than circumstantial evidence to convict them. But now it's not enough. Family, these people make the laws to suit themselves. And then when the tables are turning and the tides are turning, they will change the laws to suit themselves still. We have to understand that, family. This is why I keep saying that as a Black community, Black Americans, and we are coming together. And I'm so happy. Look, I really don't hate anyone at all, not even the Caucasian persuasion. But what I do agree with is Black Americans delineating. And I believe that because we have to set ourselves apart. We have to set ourselves apart because for so long, when we have tried and attempted to bond with every other group, it did not work. It did not work, and it was on their behalf, not on ours, because that's what we wanted. This is why we protested in March and, in for the 64, 65 uh, Civil Rights Act so that everybody could be included in America, not knowing that many of our own family members from over the waters, across the waters, was going to turn on us. And look, as I said, I believe it can be rectified. I believe that the broken bond can be mended, but I believe that we have to work towards that. And I believe the reality of it is that the Caribbean and the African nations have to understand and they have to come to terms to what has occurred and their part in it, and then we have to begin to build bridges. But until that happens, it's just like reparations. Until the oppressor who has enslaved a people for over hundreds of years in one way or another, until they acknowledge what they have done and try to make some kind of resolution that because they created certain other issues as a result of the laws and the policies and everything that they developed, well, then we can't have harmony. You know what I'm saying? This is why these protesters are out there protesting for the release of Israeli, people being kidnapped. However, what is that war all about? Those people, the people that are not real Jews, were planted in that country in the Middle East, which is really Africa. They were planted there by the United States, okay? And for the last 70 something years, they have been fighting it out because you just came and took places and 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 really the indigenous people of that land had skin like this. Okay? They can go around it, they can say whatever they want to say, but the indigenous people to all lands had skin like this. You know, and they don't want to admit it, they don't have to admit it. It doesn't matter. We know what we know. So this is a fight between uh, two sides of the same house that are fighting amongst themselves. And I tell black people, especially black Americans, mind our business. All right, family. I thank you so much for coming, for joining, for watching, for liking, for sharing, and for subscribing. We appreciate you. We thank you. We love you all, and we hope that you all are blessed. Family, take time with your families. Take time for yourselves. Love your families, and live life. Enjoy life. Do not let these jobs consume you. Do not let anything consume you and take your mind away from first and foremost the Most High, and then secondly, yourself. You have to pour into yourself and to pour into other people, including your family. So take care of yourselves and be blessed. Peace, love, and blessings, family. Take care. Bye bye.